Season's greetings and welcome back inside Pechanga Arena. It's time for the Major Arena Soccer League as the San Diego Sockers wrap up the 2023 portion of their schedule, taking on the Tacoma Stars. A very pleasant good evening, everyone. Alongside Tony Sanchez, Craig Elston on hand with you for the third of 6 meetings between the Sockers and the Tacoma Stars. And we know what we're going to get when these two teams collide. We're going to get the MVP, Nick Pereira, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, Chris Toth, and all of the stars in the constellation of San Diego. A clash of stars.
Absolutely. It is a great final game of the year here at Pechanga Arena. 2023 is going out with a bang, as we're going to see, again, like you said, an incredible array of stars on the soccer side. On the Tacoma Stars side, we're going to know exactly who's ready to go into the new year with a win in that column.
Absolutely. We're also going to be chasing some records tonight, starting with the captain. Craig Childs comes in 2 points away from 400 in his MASL career. Now, he's got over 460 goals in his professional career, but for the MASL, looking to become the 5th player to that mark.
Longevity is the key here, but also being really, really excellent in that time that Craig Childs has been involved in the MASL, and I'm really glad to be able to see him in front of this home crowd, be able to celebrate, hopefully, that 400 mark.
Of course, if he does, it'll be putting those goals past Chris Toth. We'll have more from Melissa May on what Chris Toth is working towards in terms of an MASL record. Normally we talk about Chris or Nick Pereira or Michael Ramos, but to spotlight today for the Tacoma Stars, I wanted to mention the guy who just comes down here and scores goals. Corey Keats, one of the hardest working key members of this team on the defensive line. But gosh darn it, Tony, every time he comes to town, he puts one in the net.
This is that team he loves to play. Keats loves to come in for some reason and play and show off against the San Diego Sockers, and that's all welcome because he is able to do it and make these games interesting, because at the end of the day, we need that star talent for the league to be able to say, hey, come and watch the Stars, come and watch Sockers, enjoy this MASL league that we have.
Corey Keats the hero? Could be. We'll find out. We'll come back, hear from Melissa May, and bring you the starting lineups and the opening kickoff next. You're watching the Sockers and the Stars on Twitch.
Here at Front Wave, our members are built different. They don't just talk of success. They roll up their sleeves and get it done. And with serious value on banking, lending, saving, planning, Front Wave is right there with you. So dream big. We got you.
Califino Tequila. Treat yourself to the finer things in life.
National anthem complete from Pechanga Arena, San Diego. We've got a great crowd here on a Saturday night for MASL action. It's the San Diego Sockers and the Tacoma Stars. With Tony Sanchez and Alejandro Chiva Villasenor, Craig Elston here with you in the broadcast booth. We head down to the floor. Welcome in our field reporter. Here's Melissa May. Good evening, Melissa.
For the last game of 2023, the Sockers are getting back one of their top defenders, Mitchell Cardenas. Cardenas played one shift in the season opener back on December 3rd and hasn't played since due to a calf strain. With number 31 back, teamed up with fellow defender Guerrero Pino, not only brings athleticism but size to take on MASL MVP Nick Pereira. Meanwhile, there might not be one but 2 MASL milestones broken tonight. As mentioned, Captain Craig Childs is 2 points away from 400 in his MASL career, and Tacoma goalkeeper Chris Toth is just 4 saves away from becoming the MASL all-time saves leader, which is currently held by his Tacoma teammate Danny Waltman with 1,933 saves. Craig, Tony, back to you.
Thank you so much, Melissa. We'll check in with you, hearing with head coach Phil Salvaggio coming up at the half. There you see the San Diego Sockers 4-0, 12 points, getting warmed up. Pee Wee Ortega back in the lineup on the defensive side, along with the return of Mitchell Cardenas. But when it comes to the Sockers and Stars, boy, the Stars have fallen over and over to the Sockers. In fact, it's 10 in a row Tony, that San Diego has beaten Tacoma. The last time Tacoma beat San Diego, it was actually the COVID season 2021. It wasn't here. It wasn't in Tacoma. It was at Ontario's Toyota Arena. Head-to-head in the MASL, it's been all San Diego. 31-4 has been the mark in the regular season between these clubs. And the all-time mark now, they missed one digit there, 74-22. 74-2, because that would be even better than 31-4. Be like we had -2 wins back in the day. No, 74-22. But that of course goes all the way back to Jungle and the history of the MISL and the 1 year that the Sockers didn't win it, 1986-87, when Tacoma took them out, and then Dallas and Tattoo beat them in Game 7 of that final. Great history between these franchises, but in the MASL, it's been almost all San Diego.
Absolutely, and with Tacoma always making it interesting, at least against the San Diego Sockers. They know exactly how to keep this matchup tense for the most part for about 3/4, and for the most part, it seems like San Diego tends to pull away at some point, but that's not something that you're going to have to, you're going to have to be prepared and not overlook. Be overconfident if you're the Sockers, and really trying to push through and come up with that chemistry that we have come to know for the San Diego Sockers, to have that pedigree of a championship team that really is saying that they're hungry for what happened last year, but you have to prove it in these early games.
Sockers are in their white Transfronteriza kits with the gold and blue trapezoidal pattern mimicking Chicano Park down the sides, white socks. They'll run right to left. There you see Alex Caceres and the Tacoma Stars in their navy blue with the yellow and orange diamond pattern across the midriff. Navy shorts, navy socks. They'll go left to right. Boris Pardo in net for San Diego. Chris Toth for Tacoma. Those two were teammates for multiple years here, splitting the net. Now they go head-to-head. Whether it's Empire San Diego or Tacoma San Diego, you know it will be a battle. And just again resetting, Chris Toth 4 saves from the MASL all-time mark. Craig Childs 2 points from becoming the 5th player in the league's history to make 400 points. And we are underway with the first of 4 15-minute quarters here from San Diego, California. Sockers and Stars, wherever you're watching us, we say thank you for your patronage here on Twitch. MASL Soccer. And of course, feel free to chime in on the chat. We've got Chiva on the chat. Chiva is on patrol. He is checking out the chat, helping moderate, and we'll be checking in with him to find out what y'all have to say about this one as the evening progresses. A smashback cross, as my friend in Tacoma likes to say. It turns into a counterattack, possibly for San Diego, but when Felipe Gonzalez tried to drag the ball back to his toe, it was punted out by Tacoma. Now the question is, was that done inside the red line? If so, it would be a top of the arc free kick for San Diego. They say no, a deflection, and we'll have a restart right here on the floor. Fernando Peña and Saul Rojas out on the floor. Your officials with Arno Baldo, Karen De Leon, and Servando Berna operating in the booth. Opening minute just underway. Great to have you with us. Tacoma coming in at 2-2, 6 points on the season. Lost twice to the Sockers, but since then they've defeated Baltimore and Empire. And really for Tacoma, and we'll talk about it a lot more as the broadcast goes on, but they have one of, if not the most difficult schedules in the MASL. So any point they can pull out of, especially a San Diego match, would be huge for their chances to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they know how to make things complicated. They know exactly how to work early in the matchup, that high press, being able to manipulate the errors that the other team may have and really culminate on those opportunities that they have. We have the name of Nick Pereira, right? MVP of the league last year, and it's not just for show. That is an absolute weapon that you have at all times with Nick Pereira out there and trying to get yourself a score or an assist here. 7 assists for him this season.
Ball comes down to Charlie Gonzalez crashing in. 6 goals, 6 assists. His 12 points lead the Sockers, top 5 in the league. Tavoy Morgan trying to turn to his left foot. He does. He skips it in. Oh, the dirty skipper for the good foot. 1-0 lead. Tavoy Morgan. Time to dance as the Sockers take a 1-0 lead.
Early on, the specialty of the house, los movimientos, the moves. He knows it's a good feeling to score here on the last game of the year at Pechanga, but you see that turn, that left-footed shot to the ground, knowing that it's going to be complicated for Chris Toth to put a hand on that and react in such a short space right there. Morgan doing what he does. 1-0 San Diego.
Sixth goal of the year for Tavoy at 1:36 in the first. And San Diego loves to get out to that early lead, and especially when it comes off the foot of number 9. It's one of those guys, it's like opening up a can of Pringles, is Tavoy opening up his account on the night. Can't stop at 1. Got to keep reaching back in for more. Drew Ruggles picks up his first Sockers assist on that one, getting the ball to Tavoy. The TST teammates hooking up right there. Not $1 million goal, just worth 1-0 in the regular season, but it's good nonetheless. If you missed that, folks, TST 7v7 was held this past summer in Cary, North Carolina. It's going to happen again this coming summer, 2024. It was last year a 32 team, and I think will be again. Winner-take-all $1 million mini football tournament. So played outdoors, but played with much of the style of indoor soccer. And 3 Sockers teammates, Tavoy Morgan, Gabriel Costa, and Drew Ruggles, were all on the Newtown Pride FC as Boris Pardo shows the pride of his right leg with that save, denying Eddie Na. All 3 of those guys got to be part of the group that chopped up that $1 million pot. Left very nicely for another save by Pardo, denying Michael Ramos this time. Pereira left it on the table. Nice strike by Ramos, but Pardo strong with his legs.
Being asked to dive to his left twice early on, doing very well to cover his angles, cover that space. Boris Pardo looking great and limber as ever.
The stop and go, then the back heel shot, and this time, third time's a charm for Tacoma for 1-1 as Mike Ramos puts it in. Wicked strike, but once again, Pereira, the facilitating, so perfect.
Absolutely. Boris Pardo, a little bit of traffic in the way, but that was a fantastic shot. That's what you want to create at times. Even if you want to get that rebound, you create that chaos by shooting it on target. Sometimes those go in. Nothing for Pardo to do there. We're tied up.
Back heel pass. That's the 8th assist of the season for Nick Pereira. And for Michael Ramos, his 4th goal of the year.
Yeah, whenever you have Pereira on the ball, you are going to see some magic. That body of his is just so nimble the way it moves. But you look at the stat sheet, look at his size. Somebody that big isn't supposed to move that fluidly on the pitch, but he does.
Escoto leaving it back for Guerrero Pino. Now Cesar Serra had a couple goals in the Sockers' last match here at home, including a shorthanded goal. He, Ruggles, both offensive defenders. Guys who you know can, if they needed to, step into the attack, even step into the power play. Gabriel Costa, Cesar Serra, and the Sockers have the ball back at their toe. Now back in a match at 1-1. And this is exactly what you can come to expect here this evening, that's for sure. The artistry of Pereira against the team brilliance of the Sockers. Correa, though, coming in, driving into the back post, and unable to get that one either inside the post or to Kyle Rivers. That could have easily been 2-1 Tacoma. The play's not over. Rivers fighting for the ball through 3 different Sockers in the corner and still getting the better of it for the moment. 5-car pileup now on I-8, and this one is swung into the middle horribly. That could have been a goal. Pino says sorry to Pardo. Pardo shrugs and goes, "What are you doing, man?"
Some communication there after, just letting each other know, hey, next time, let's go ahead and clear it a little earlier the other direction. But as you said, that was, as we say in Spanish, una carambola waiting to happen, just something coming together, enough chaos, but fortunately Boris was there.
Toth into the corner for Pereira. He's got Pino in his hip pocket as he will. Turning to shoot, that one wide. Pino did well to stay with him. Alessandro Canali, the UC San Diego Triton, dug it out. Hometown of Venice. Canali, after taking last year off in the league, is back and leading the team in goals coming into tonight.
Had a great performance up against Empire Strikers in the last game.
Left back for Navarro, blocked shot. Guerrero Pino right there. And the rebound comes out, possible counterattack. Ball kept moving, and Sebastian Navarro is able to get in front of Sean Callahan to get that one to Toth's foot. Serta comes crashing in. The high pressure is on. Callahan tries to get the steal. He goes down. No foul, no card, no whistle, no nothing. As Corey Keats bends one that'll one hop into the San Diego bench.
Callahan going down a little too easy there. Definitely body-to-body contact, no foul there.
Kendis is the official supplier of the MASL's game balls. MASL proud to partner with an American company to provide all match balls this year. Kendis. Here's the Sockers goal scorer early tonight. Tavoy Morgan, double teamed, draws the foul. Chase Hansen furious, make that Matt Brame furious in the corner. And meanwhile, Tavoy peeling himself off of the boards. Looks like he got a swift kick to the shin there. Ouch, Shinberger.
Yeah, looking like a swing and a miss there. No ball in sight. Unfortunately, made contact with Tavoy, and yeah, those definitely hurt with or without shin guards.
So the free kick team is out. Charlie, Costa, Morgan, Leo, Childs. If they set the wall the way they have, okay, they've brought Ramos over. I was going to say Childs had the top corner open if they didn't set him on the elbow there. Charlie Gonzalez, the facilitator. It is Childs. It is rammed into the wall. A blocked shot for Tacoma and taken out by Matt Brame. He and Leo riding along the northern wall. And the foul is called against San Diego as both teams seek to change personnel. That's good news for the Sockers because with such a long run there, Tony, really a choice by Tacoma not to try and go quick there and keep players on the floor.
Especially with the speed that they carry up top, they were able to use that counterattack a lot against the Empire Strikers in the last match. They were successful, but like I said, a choice there.
Ball looking for Pereira. The cat and mouse game between he and Mitchell Cardenas is worth the price of admission. Just watching Pereira versus Cardenas, Pereira versus Pino, and how this plays out. The chess match all night. Tavoy Morgan bouncing off a defender, crashing into the corner, through three, rolls it out. It's Leo to get on this ball. Couldn't control it to get the shot away from straight at the top of the D. Now Leo dancing through a double team. Saved by Toth. 3 from the record for Chris Toth as he gets his first save of the night.
Put that on the stat sheet, but what a play by Leo, just dancing around between 4 legs there to put himself in position for a great opportunity.
Tavoy shoulders the ball down, trying to dig out of that double team. Logan Jones got the ball away from him, and it's Nick Pereira using fancy footwork to get through defensive midfield. 8 minutes done. Next out of play ball could be the media timeout. This is just kicking and more kicking in front of the Sockers bench. MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League, all the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. MASLsoccer.com, SDSoccers.com for all the latest Sockers news. Escoto draws a foul in offensive midfield. I love one of our best giveaways. I think it was 3 years ago that we gave away the pocket set of red, yellow, and blue cards. They still have some leftovers they put in the party on the pitch, and we've got an aggressive young referee down there right by the low wall. He showed a yellow for that one. Incorrect call, but we appreciate his gumption. Ruggles ripping one that Keats will chest to Chris Toth. The long wing pass, Pardo came out to be the free safety on that one.
Keeper-to-keeper action there. You'd love to see it. Pardo ready to come out and cut that counterattack in half, but good vision by Chris Toth, trying to get himself an assist con la mano.
Tell you what, I'm excited to see Los Brujos del 78 have a flag for the first time. We have a flag waving behind Pardo back there. Buena, buena, buena.
Saludos a los Brujos del 78.
Oh, nice move by Caceres. Got past Escoto. Toe poke shot and a good save by Pardo. Canale rescues the loose ball and keeps it for Tacoma for the moment. Ruggles now trying to spring Escoto. Lobbed it in front. Here comes Churras. 1v1. He shoots. Save number 2 for Chris Toth. 2 from the record and a breakaway stop at that.
Making himself appear big on that area, closing up that angle. A missed opportunity, but a great stomach save by Chris Toth.
Comes to Canale, whiffs on a left-footed try. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
You also on that play saw Ruggles have the intelligence to give that weighted pass overhead for that one-on-one opportunity. Good to see there.
Yeah, it looked like he had the chipping wedge out there. Perfectly weighted. Only thing Brandon could do, though, was shoot. He was pretty much straight on. Couldn't make a move to try and get around Chris. Hard to get around Chris. Chris Toth, the numbers aren't amazing this year, but he's been put in the cooker, especially early in the year by Tacoma. Goals against at 6.9. Save percentage coming in, 675. Here's Pereira. Left it in the corner. Shot blocked by Pino. That's 2 blocks for Pino already. Hansen trying to dig it out. The reserve Chase Hansen did well. He's wearing number 2 on his back and a different number on his shorts, but all right. 5.5 to go, first quarter. We'll suffer through.
It's a late holiday for the kit man for Tacoma.
Fair enough. Pereira testing Pardo, and Boris is up to the task.
Just a dangerous look as another shot here, but Boris is ready. And again,
here comes Ruggles. Oh. Possible counter, crashing into Keats. 2 big men collide. It's over to Costa. Costa trying to spin it back to Morgan. Soccer's secondary break is on with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Tied 1-1. Costa gets tossed down casually. Play on. Navarro down. Costa back up. 2v2 the other way. Correa. Punch save. And the rebound. Knuckles off the northern wall, and we've got a man down. Navarro. We've got a challenge flag out from Tacoma. Presumably that there would be a cardable offense for whatever put Navarro on the turf.
Action-packed last 10 seconds here. A non-call against Costa. Navarro on the floor. Great stop by Boris Pardo. We're going to put this all together here in a second.
Well, seeing as we've got a man down and a review about to begin, let's hold here because our crew needs to do MASL video review. I was going to take a timeout, but let's not take a timeout. Let's stay right here and see what the officials see as the trainer for Tacoma, Alicia Williams, continuing to tend to the head of Sebastian Navarro. Video review. Let's take a look. Okay, so the alleged foul would be against Leo.
Looks like there was some hand fighting there for a quick second. Mutual,
Maybe
but
a little bit of a slap to the head there.
yeah, it looked like it was
not closed hand, but
a case of patty cake gone
headset
wrong.
is off quickly for Fernando Pena. So this decision, I'm not going to speculate. I'll let them do it, but so Pena, one man who I will say through the years, and he's one of the best officials in the league. He's also, I'd say, one of the lower in terms of overall calls per match. He tends to be a let them play type player, but of course this is the basics. This is down to video review. This is looking for the exact mechanics. And of course, these are the type of calls that you'll see featured on Ryan Stigich's Under Review, MASL Under Review, every Friday with Phil Levanco, the most controversial show in the MASL. Review indicates a blue card on Leonardo de Oliveira. Leo is whistled for a blue card, a 2-minute penalty, and now I will say that is what I think is the accurate and correct call. Whether you want to rule her intention or not, there was an extended right hand to the head. That's contact above the shoulders, and that is a blue card by the most technical of terms. Straightforward. Leo to the sin bin, and Tacoma to the power play, looking to take a 2-1 lead.
Yep, this could be an early opportunity here to Tacoma to get one across. And as I just said, by the letter of the law, yep, that is a blue card offense. Fernando Pena, talking a little bit about him, has a history in the circuit, even here locally, coming up as a referee in Mexico. That's actually who taught me how to be a referee in the rules over in Mexico. So he knows his stuff, and he's always been a character of let him play. But in that situation, the video review does not say let him play. It says we got to stop action and sanction.
First power play of the night for either team, third of the season for Tacoma. They are 0 for 2 so far this year. For the Sockers, they've stopped 3 of 5 power plays against with 1 shorthanded goal. This penalty began at 4:47 remaining in the first quarter. It'll count down to either 2:47 left or to a Tacoma goal, which could unlock a 1-1 tie. Nick Pereira, of course, is going to be El Maestro out there. He is on the southern boards, left wing. He's got Ramos and Canale in the middle, and this ball came loose to Mitchell Cardenas. Chance for the Sockers to clear. They do. Chance for Serta to pounce on Pereira. He tries, and Pereira has to play the ball back hot to Chris Toth. Minute 21 remaining in the man advantage for the Tacoma Stars. 1-1 tie working through the 11th minute of this match. Here comes Pereira with speed, stepping through, put it through the legs of Cardenas. This one chipped out of bounds, and they're going to say on a deflection, so it'll be a corner kick for Tacoma. Stars were hoping for a defensive clearance on San Diego, but instead of the best free kick, they'll get the second best and settle for a corner from the south side. Here we look again, the toe poke pass, and off the shin of Ruggles. I think you could have made an argument there for defensive clearance. Call goes this way. It's Pereira lobbing, Ramos heading back to Canale. Great idea. Didn't come through. Kind of an outdoor type play. The header back across the face of goal. 3:45 left in the quarter, but 1 minute done in the power play. 54 seconds remaining now on the man advantage for the Stars. Ramos with players spread out to Pereira looking for a quick cross. He found it. He found Canale. Cesar into his feet. Ball still loose. Pereira tapped it off the wall. It comes out to Ramos. And a great save by Pardo. Through traffic, he got a touch. This one lobs on the southern wall. Stays in, stays to Juice Cox. Jamel Cox for Tacoma. 30 seconds on the man advantage. It's Ramos holding outside the red line and back to Pereira front and center. He'll wait a pass over to the south wall. Now Caceres sends it back to Cox. There's 20 seconds left on the kill for San Diego. Pereira sees a man new come in, Correa, to the top of the D. As it's down to Caceres, he's looking for Canale in the middle. Couldn't get the pass through. Instead brings it around the perimeter. Pereira with Gutierrez stepping up on defense. It's Cox. There's 3 seconds in the man advantage. There's Cox going for the shot. He misses the sharp angle. Out of the box is Leo. Going for the quick try is Pereira. He goes over the hip of Serta and draws the call right there for another free kick.
Well, it's successful 2 minutes defending the power play for the Sockers, and it's really difficult to try to break down San Diego in the way that Tacoma wanted to, because they have Serta being able to break away off a clearance from Ruggles. So that's not the easiest thing to do. You look at 5v4, it's not always that simple.
Free kick. Caceres out to Pereira. Blocked by Cardenas. Mitchell Cardenas, his first block shot of the season. Of course, basically missed the first 4 games. That one headed out from the frame by Drew Ruggles. He should get a block for that, as Cardenas sends it back to Boris Pardo. Pressure shown by Tacoma, and then with a rough touch, Cardenas does well to draw a foul in the corner.
Sometimes you get yourself into trouble in those corners. Boris Pardo doing well with his feet. He has a right, but he also has a left, misdirecting. Little simple details like that make some of these players just absolutely next level.
2:13 left in the first quarter. Haven't had a timeout in this quarter because the video review came right where it would have been. Here comes Tacoma again, putting 3 players on the offensive half of the floor when the Sockers had the ball. Tavoy wrestling match, trying to bring the ball down. Tavoy and Brame. Brame called for the foul. No, Tavoy called for the foul. And that one was sent forward for Eddie Nahn. It spit away from him. Correa with Sockers all around him in a minute 45 on the first quarter clock. Now it's San Diego's turn to offer a little bit of pressure. Pee-wee runs in front of that one. Luis Pee-wee Ortega. His second match of the year, played once on the road for a half. That was match 2 up in Tacoma. And then was out with injury the last 2. This is essentially the full strength lineup for San Diego, their intended starting 16. Morgan wrestled off the ball by Brame. He's had a good shift here. That one misplayed by Hansen. Comes to Morgan and he scores! In just an instant, one mistake can become a goal, and so it is, as San Diego takes the lead 2-1 on Tavoy's brace.
El Jamaiquino, Tavoy Morgan, taking a split second to analyze the space that he had once he turned in front of Chris Toth, and deciding the best course of action is to just quickly poke it to Toth's right. That's what you call a number 9 goal. Just having that instinct, making that quick decision. Sometimes you don't need a laser. All you need is a little tap to get it past the goal, and it counts just as much. 2-1, Craig.
And you got to give all the credit in the world to Brandon Escoto, because this is the second time we've seen him do it at home this year. And all in one play, he stole the ball and passed it to Tavoy, all in the same motion, no extra touch. Just turning Tacoma possession, snap right to the ball at Tavoy's foot to turn and score. Now, pardon me, into the magic minute here of the first quarter, Tony, and the key is to hold that lead all the way till the end.
Absolutely, it's that efficiency that comes lethal here in this league, and if you can eliminate the chance for mistakes with an extra pass, with overthinking, as that's exactly what happens here.
Here's Serta trying to crash in on the wall. Serta gets the left foot across. It's over to Felipe, but he had to play it off of the wall and couldn't take a shot. Now Escoto again tried to make an all-in-one play, and instead he gave it away, and it's a 2v1 the other way. And Escoto runs back on Kyle Rivers to defuse the attack along with Guerrero Pino. Well done. Close quarter passing, the type that you see at training every single day. Right there to get out. The possession drill is underway for San Diego with 15 seconds left in the quarter. Escoto's the man who gave it up last time, but he found an easy outlet here to Felipe. There's 8 seconds left in the frame. Trying to get Childs loose. Craig's been quiet in the first quarter. Ball's bouncing on him off of the OGO sign. I don't think that counted as a save to Chris. Ball just hopped into his hands, and that's how the first quarter comes to an end. Tavoy Morgan scored early. Tavoy Morgan scored late. In between, it was Michael Ramos, but it's 2-1 San Diego as Brandon Escoto, keeping his offensive presence of mind to just turn that turnover into an instant goal. Morgan's got his 7th of the year. Sockers lead 2-1 on Twitch.
All right, yeah, thanks, for sure, I'll be there. Hey, wait, hold on. I'm running by the field right now. You're never gonna guess. Dude, Medina's here. I think he's trading for a comeback to the Sockers.
What are you talking about? Medina? He retired 2 years ago. He's too old, bro.
Oh, dude. You're right, bro. He's too old. Okay, so that barbecue, yeah.
Don't wait for the pain. Call your Cairo today.
Dr. Corey's office, how can we help you?
I got this. Let's get him in.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Medina. We'll see you shortly.
Outstanding TVX video crew.
Here at Front Wave, our members are built different. They don't just talk of success. They roll up their sleeves and get it done. And with serious value on banking, lending, saving, planning, Front Wave is right there with you. So dream big. We got you.
Getting ready to start the second quarter. Let's head over to our man Alejandro Chiva Villaseñor for time for the chat with Chiva. What's going on in the chat, Chiva?
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, the chat's going crazy right now, especially with those 2 goals from Tavoy, but the Doctor Empire just got back, got out of work right now, asking if Chris has set the record yet, Craig?
3 saves, according to the official tally, Chiva, for Chris Toth in that first quarter. I had him for 2. Maybe they did give him 1 in that last one. I'm not sure, but that means the next save for Chris Toth will be the record setter. He's currently tied with Danny Waltman with 1,933 career saves. Of course, in that first quarter, Boris Pardo was credited with 8 saves on 9 attempts. So maybe Boris will just catch him tonight. But I don't think so, but nonetheless, quite an effort, and looks like 7 blocked shots for the Sockers in the first quarter as well. Tacoma credited with 16 shots in that first quarter, so really coming out trying to throw the lumber. There's Craig Childs, still 2 points away from 400 in his career. He'll stand over the ball as we get underway. Second quarter action now from Pechanga Arena. Sockers going left to right across your screens, and the Stars right to left. And there's Ruggles to the captain in the corner, trying to go back to Ruggles. He found it, and he backheeled it in. Silky, sexy, and so pretty. Drew Ruggles, my goodness.
Suavemente tocando ese balón. All that he needed was a little tap, not too much power, but enough of a precision to put that past Chris Toth, recognizing that he had a little bit of space to sneak it in front of the Brujos del 78. Drew Ruggles getting comfortable in his Sockers uniform.
And that is an assist.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. It's an assist for Childs. That is NASL point number 399 for Craig Childs. Figured he'd get there with 2 goals, but getting an assist is just as good.
2 different stats, sick. 1 away for 2 records.
Yep.
Keep those eyes.
Man, I want to give you goosebumps. That's fun. That's fun. That's dirty, silky, sexy soccer right there.
Absolutely. Like that patience, that extra seconds that he takes to just look up and say, okay, I could do this. I know where we're at. There you go.
Ramos and the Stars down by 2 for the first time. That goal at 14 seconds. Got the second quarter started in great style. In front of a big crowd here on a Saturday night. Pechanga Arena, San Diego. Final match of 2023. It's been a great 2023 for the Sockers in many aspects. Save the one that they care about the most, and really more than anything else. No cup. Pereira. Nick has Cardenas leaning on him, and Leo is a helpful valet to his right. It's not exactly a double team, more of a spy situation. Caceres keeps the ball moving and loses it. It's Charlie Gonzalez on the steal. Charlie trying to cut the ball around, and he just couldn't control a spinning ball in front of him. And Caceres was able to come in and defuse the play. I think he was trying to get that over to Leo, and the spin betrayed him.
Absolutely. A little bit of anticipation there from Charlie Golasso, doing what he can, doing the hard part, running the length of the field, but ultimately couldn't get past the last defender there.
Pereira with Canale, the 2-man game. Cardenas got in the way, interrupted that pass. Pereira now cuts it again, looking for Correa. Let the ball go through his legs to Brame. Brame smashes one off the wall, and Charlie's right there in the middle to knock it down. Plays it off the Visit Oceanside board and draws a foul, which denies another counterattack attempt. Matt Brame not happy with that call at all.
Looked like he was smothered between 2 stars, as we'll see here. But definitely a match where it seems like a lot of contact is being called early on, but at least it's going both ways. Good to see, but nonetheless, we have the Sockers with a little bit of a breather here. Reassemble.
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night exclusively on Twitch. Alex Bastiavansky and Phil Ivanko recap the weekend's matches and discuss the league's hot topics. It's every Monday afternoon right here on this channel. Follow MASL Soccer on Twitch. Ball taken away from Escoto. Counterattack is on, and then Escoto fouls Correa to deny that counterattack. NBA, they'd be looking for a take foul there from Brandon.
It looked like, on first glance, like a clean dispossession there, but Fernando Peña deciding that there was enough to be called for a foul.
Rivers gets spun off of this one, and the Sockers have it back. 12:22 second quarter. 2-goal lead, San Diego 3-1. Sockers punt a turnover to midfield. Caceres then saw Escoto jump in on his attempted clever pass and turn it into a Sockers pass for a moment. The pinball machine returns to the team in blue and back to the team in white as Gabriel Costa. The bumpers are lighting up, looking for the free score. And instead, zigzagging his way across the field. Logan Jones for Tacoma. Chris Toth, one save away from his record. Pereira leaves it off for Hansen, tried to center, and then Pereira called for the foul on Guerrero Pino. Nick, who is also the GM of the team, at one point was the player head coach, now he's the player GM.
It's a multi-talented individual there. Very important for the franchise, I'd say, right?
I would say so. Now made his home in Washington State. Gabriel Costa. Costa off the wall to himself, dancing in off of the goalpost. Childs just missed 400.
Costa doing everything right there with the auto pass, el auto pase, trying to get Childs that magic attempt.
Costa dove there, hoping for a call he wasn't going to get. And the hustle of Eddie Na to run down the middle of the field for Tacoma. Leave it off for Pereira. Pereira's going to turn and shoot. Another big save by Boris Pardo.
Boris is absolutely locked in right now.
Giles gets it back. There's the save for Toth. It's appropriate that it comes off of a Craig Giles long shot. Chris Toth is now the MASL's all-time saves leader. 1,933 saves, passing Danny Waltman by one. Danny hoping to be back soon. If you're watching, Danny, absolute legend, Hall of Famer. We miss you in the sport. We miss you in the league. We hope you are back soon. Recovering from surgery.
As it does get announced here in the arena.
Callan McClurg. And a nice round of applause in the run of play for the three-time Sockers champion, Chris Toth. Here's one to Michael, that is Navarro out there. Seb Navarro, usually a defender. He took a moment playing up top for there. As we get through the 20th minute of this match now, 9:50, clock running. Second quarter, 3-1 San Diego, scored in the first minute of this quarter, 14 seconds in. Ruggles go back and find it later. Nasty little reverse pass, reverse shot there. Pereira to Jones. He rattles it off the Kaiser Permanente logo, but another great setup by Nick Pereira. Jones just didn't have that one on frame. If he could have put it inside the crossbar, that's upper bins.
There's always an argument in soccer fans, just amongst friends of if you had a team of one player, which one player team would win. I'd be afraid of a team of Nick Pereira's.
Boy, I mean, they'd score a lot of goals. Jamil Cox to Nick Pereira, and they'd be some big dudes. Now, you'd want to stretch the field of an all-Pereira team. You'd hope the press would pay some dividends in the fourth quarter, but man. Now, if you had an entire bus of mini Ditkas against an entire bus of Pereiras full size, mini Ditkas. Okay, that's an old SNL skit. Chris Toth and the Stars playing it through with 8:35 left. Maybe Chiva will have the answer there. Team of mini Ditkas against a team of Pereiras. Who comes out on top? The Bears, every time. 8:30 left in this second quarter as Boris Pardo distributes to Devoy Morgan. Would love a first half hat trick. Morgan had a hat trick last Saturday, or 2 Saturdays ago, I should say, in Dallas. Sockers had the Christmas holiday weekend off. Earlier this weekend, Tacoma beat Empire 7-5. Yesterday, Baltimore humbled the Heat. Now, here's Morgan trying for a backheel pass for Felipe Gonzalez. Well intercepted by Tacoma down in the corner there by Willie Spur. Almost a steal by Felipe, but he commits a foul on Kyle Rivers in doing so.
A surprisingly sneaky backheel there by Morgan. I don't think anybody in the arena was expecting that. Almost happenstance that Tacoma was able to intercept that pass, but could have been a lovely, lovely, lovely assist there.
Well, as we mentioned, last match of the calendar year for the San Diego Sockers, as Nick Pereira working in the corner, once again with Pino in his pocket. Laid it off for Brame, and the blocked shot by Christian Gutierrez. And Pereira then just runs over Escoto for a moment, and Brandon gets called for the foul. And Matt Brame takes a swipe at Pino. Let's see if this leads to a challenge situation. I think Phil's going to throw the, I'm not sure. Ruggles stepped in to be, not enforcer, but to defend his player. Brame, they're just going to go ahead and straight pull the blue on Matt Brame there. And that'll, thankfully, I think from a tactical standpoint from the Sockers, keep the flag in Phil's hand. But here, I mean, right in front of us now, I mean, that's what happens in soccer. There's the swing and then there's the reaction. And we can all judge the reaction for what it is, but that is a blue card, and it'll be a Sockers power play after this timeout. 7:37 remaining in the second quarter. Sockers go a man up. When we return, it's 3-1 San Diego. You're watching the MASL on Twitch. 3-1 Sockers. Currently Matt Brame in the blue, in the sin bin, a blue card for a swing above the shoulders. I think the officials are gathering to see if Drew Ruggles perhaps in retaliation would also receive a penalty. Assistant coach Evan McNeely, a former Socker in the white shirt there, you saw him out on the pitch asking. The Stars have already used their challenge, but you can always ask. And a discussion at least is taking place while that happens. We did mention last match of the regular season, and a very fine year it's been for the San Diego Sockers. Tony, 23-2 in the regular season in the calendar year 2023. This is the 26th regular season match in the 2023 year for the Sockers. They've won 23 of 25. The club is riding a 14-match regular season winning streak. But of course, the Sockers went 3-2 in the playoffs and lost to Chihuahua in the MASL Ron Newman Cup semifinals in the knockout game in sudden death overtime. So 23-2, 14-match regular season winning streak. Winning this one, lost in the playoffs. Was it a very fine year?
Depends
That's
who
where
you
the
ask.
Sockers level is.
Yeah.
It's entertaining to be at that level of, oh, well, you only won 23 of 25, but you lost 2 in the playoffs, so bummer year.
Yeah, was it a good year? I think if you go in that locker room and ask that to the players, you'd have different reactions. But yeah, here are some of these impressive numbers that anybody in the league would be very, very fine with having.
After review and discussion, no additional penalties have been meted out. It is just Brame in the box, and that means it's time for a Sockers power play. This San Diego man advantage, which will start with a free kick for Tacoma. That might have been what they actually figured out. Will count either to 5:37 remaining on the second quarter clock or to a Sockers goal, which could extend a 3-1 lead. San Diego this year so far 6-for-11 on the power play, tied third in the league. Tacoma last in the league as Ramos smashes one into the middle. It's going to maybe get it back, and then Pereira is trying to hang out to rag some time. And he draws the foul from Pino, and this power play is off to a ragged start for San Diego. Tacoma has allowed 5 goals in 8 tries so far this year, just 37%. That's the worst early count penalty kill in the league. However, the greatest way to kill a penalty is to constantly be on offense, which is so far the first 10 seconds of this for the shorthanded side. It's Pereira to the far post. Can the Sockers rescue the ball with calmness? They can. And now we'll see a quick transition. Pino hustling off, Childs hustling on, and the power play begins in earnest. It does start essentially 25 seconds late for San Diego. Well done by Tacoma. Very well done. Here's Costa. Morgan in the middle. Down to the wing, it's Leo. To Morgan, who has 2 goals tonight. Charlie Gonzalez has been dynamite on the power play, looking to feed Childs for .400. Childs watching. Costa down the other way. Leo trying to cross to Childs, has to settle the ball, then shoots it, and it was bouncing on him, so he couldn't put it under crossbar. Leo tried to recenter, fighting for the ball with Correa all over him. Leo controls, spins Correa, and stays in that corner, still working, and it deflects off, keeps it in. Goal for Leo! Power play goal! And a 4-1 lead for San Diego. Corey Keats won't like it on replay. He was doing his hardest, Tony, to keep the ball out of the net, and he put it in the net.
Leonardo Gio Oliveira doing very well there, literally carrying Corey Keats, carrying the defender with him at all times there. Nothing that Correa could have done. He tried his darnest, but ultimately Gio Oliveira giving an assist for the autogol. Así pasa. It's all about the game and how you play it sometimes. And sometimes that's how you get on the scoring column.
Leo, like Allen Iverson down there on the multiple crossovers. He had the ball for like 20 seconds. Dribble, 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 pass, and oops. Nothing you can do with your Corey Keats right there. It's just difficult situation. And San Diego thrilled to take advantage. And they're trying to step up the pressure here. The press is on. Logan Jones punts it into the Tacoma bench, and the Sockers will gain possession. Tell you what I really like there, Tony, is coming off of a goal scored. The Sockers put 5 of their best defenders out on the floor and pressured defensively to win possession back. Here's one in the corner. Childs trying to tap it loose, but the Stars will have it. Time of that goal, 8:28. Do not believe there was an assist on that, as Leo held it beyond the statute of limitations for the entry pass, perhaps. I think technically, though, there could be one. We'll go back and check the replay sometime later. Look out, here comes Juice Cox, dragging in and rattling it off the post. Oh, I thought that was in for sure, Tony, as the Sockers got a little bit stretched out going back. And San Diego fortunate here.
A little bit of a scare here. Very well done to get the foot right underneath for that cross. Enough for the ball to pass Boris Pardo. That went in. Nothing he could have done. A very excellent try there.
Yeah, it's hard to see with our angle whether Boris swiped at that ball as it went by and maybe deflected it. Now here's Tavoy to Pino, trying to bring down a bouncing ball. Felipe Gonzalez does well just to maintain possession for San Diego. 4-1 Sockers. They've got 2 goals in this quarter from Ruggles and Leo. And now 1 for 1 on the power play. San Diego as well, which means Tacoma is down to 3 for 9 killing. Here's Pardo. Tavoy lifts the leg to bring it down. Tavoy keeps it moving. Back to Pino. 25 minutes plus done in this contest. Sockers trying to build on this as Charlie gets interrupted well by Kyle Rivers. It comes to Morgan! And he had either a back post shot or pass to Felipe there. He was crashing Felipe Gonzalez. Just missed on both ends. Can Tacoma break out? Willie Spur played it off of the penalty box wall, but it bounded right to Guerrero Pino.
And you see that chance by Morgan being able to just drag it back, and he's playing with a lot of patience, almost as a pass master himself.
You know, it's a big improvement in this game this year so far. Morgan embracing that 9, not just to score, but to lay it off. Had a 2-assist game. I think he's had a couple of multi-assist games so far this year. And that's huge, because even in his MASL Elite 6 year, I believe it was 39 goals, 10 assists. So if you can get that into the teens, look out, because the goals are going to come. Under 4 to go in this second quarter. Drew Ruggles got a goal. He's on defense here. Also crashing in Felipe. And then Jamel Cox did the barrel roll midair. It was entertaining. Mitchell Cardenas off the chest of Felipe. Christian keeps it moving. Bounded out of play, but a foul behind the play. It's going to keep the ball for San Diego on the Kaiser Permanente logo.
Hey, you see there, Leo, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, as that action is as clean as it gets. Leo putting his hands up. He ran into me, guys. You saw him. You all saw him.
No harm, no foul, no blood, no ambulance. Play on. No portero ambulante, for that matter. Sneaky pass, and Felipe hits right post. Now Ruggles smashed into Navarro's leg and out of bounds for a corner. Craig Childs almost got his 400th on a delicious assist right there. And we're still keeping our eyes out to see El Capitan get to that MASL round number. Now, the overall numbers in Childs' career: 462 goals, 216 assists, 678 points. So we are on the long watch for career 700 points this year for Craig Childs, but that includes his PASL time when he was 3-time league MVP in the PASL Pro from 2009 to 14. Gabriel Costa. Fancy footwork from the diminutive Brazilian. Now he waits one for his fellow Brazilian, Leo. Leo back to Costa. The dance continues.
A Brazilian synergy there, but
not now, quite. Costa, who is a water bug and also a pain to, it's like a fly to a horse when it comes to Nick Pereira. Nick said, "Shoe fly, don't bother me," to Costa. We've got a man down, though, in this play, Navarro. Let's check this out. Ooh, yeah, just legs collide there between Leo and Navarro. It looks like Navarro got a little bit of the worst of that one. Maybe a smack to the quad. Hopefully he will be okay.
Yeah, accident or not, those still hurt just as much, but it's something that's awful when you have to go through it, is that initial contact, and you always hope for the best for the health and safety of the players.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. You can follow the Soccers at sdsoccers.com as well, and we invite you to do so. Soccers next play next Sunday here at home, taking on Texas. Then they will travel to Tacoma on January 13th. When they do host on January 7th, the Texas Outlaws, it's the annual media game. Tony, are you ready? You're going to be back in goal. Chiva will be shooting on you. On the other team, it'll be Chiva v. Tony, a little two balls in a mic Civil War action. So a lot of fun at halftime, but for all the fans coming in while supplies last, a Soccers sunglasses giveaway you can use for your 2024 sunny days here in San Diego. Tickets at sdsoccers.com. Boy, tough to see that Sebastian Navarro has to be helped back to the bench, and you hope that it's not, some sort of something beyond soft tissue. If it's a really sharp kick to the quad or something, hopefully the pain will recede and wear off. But Navarro needing support from trainer Alicia Williams and Logan Jones to get back to the bench, so we absolutely wish the best for the young man, Seb Navarro.
And it's, that longevity that some of these players have been showing now in the modern game and the modern iteration of Fútbol Rápido and indoor soccer. We're seeing all these records, Craig, either through Chris Toth, Craig Childs, Boris Pardo. These players are lasting longer. They're taking care of themselves, and it's really a matter of being optimal at your best, at your prime. And it's great to see that the league is going in that direction and seeing these players play longer and just as good of a level as they have.
Loose ball, attacking the Tacoma zone. Can Christian Gutierrez get on it? He's got two men bracketing him, as he does, on the southern wall in front of the Front Wave Credit Union dasher board. And Tacoma's able to punt it out to midfield. Stopped there by Guerrero Pino. 28 minutes done in the first half. Coming up at halftime, you'll see part of Tony and I's Soccer's overtime interview from a couple of weeks back with Guerrero, followed by MASL in 5. Here's a chance for a goal. It's Correa coming in. Correa crashing in. Deflected. It came off the save to Pardo, and then Pereira couldn't do anything with that. And somehow the Soccers escape unscathed. What a reaction save, Tony, by Boris Pardo there. That was deflected off of his teammate.
The reflexes shown there. Again, talking about age. Things like that make Boris Pardo ageless. We're going to see right here the deflection very late, changing the trajectory, knowing that you have an attacker waiting to pounce on that rebound, close those angles. Very well done.
Oh, saved by Toth as Morgan turned on the left elbow there. And Pereira brings it back down to Chase Hansen. Under 90 seconds to play in the second quarter. Tacoma trying to get a spark to go into the locker room. Taken away there. Well done by Brandon Escoto on defense. Out to Pereira from Toth. Nick on attack. Lays it off. It's Corey Keats. Can't be the hero this time, Corey. Got a man on the back post, Pee-wee. There to stop ya. We highlighted Keats. 5 goals in his last 5 matches here at Pechanga Arena, including 1 brace. And 1 time we shut him out. Willie Spur. Bailando. Spur. Back out to Caceres. Caceres trying to lean into the left foot. Interrupted by Charlie. Back to Pereira. Magic minute, second quarter. 38 seconds left in minute 30 at Pechanga Arena. Back to the Colombian Caceres. A little fake, give and go. Stepped in, well done by Charlie. Another steal. Off of the leg of Pereira. Ball bounded off of his shin. Couldn't control, he's got it back. The beach soccer captain for the United States, Nick Pereira. Back to Caceres, 15 seconds. Stars have to hustle. Here comes Juice. Juice is loose. Feeds it to Pereira, and Pardo was 1 step better. Oh, it's Boris Pardo's half. And we're just here to watch. We are all witness to the back-to-back MASL goalkeeper of the year having his half of the season by a mile. What a save by Pardo to keep it 4-1.
Pardo playing 4D chess, knowing where everybody and everything is at all times on his field. Playing like the prime Boris Pardo that we've come to love in this league. Doing things that, man, I don't think that a young Boris Pardo would be shocked to know that this iteration is able to do such great things here. Vaya, Boris, eres un genio.
Absolute brilliance from the veteran here tonight. Boris Pardo, so far in the first half, has 11 saves on 12 shots. And boy, those 2 back-to-back in the final 2 minutes with the deflection off Leo and then to stop Pereira on the doorstep. Absolutely brilliant. We're waiting to check in with head coach Phil Salvaggio down on the floor. And he is now approaching our broadcast position. Let's go down to Melissa May.
So, Coach, you've played Tacoma 3 out of the 5 games this season. Did you do anything differently to prepare for tonight's game?
All the time we do something different. They came out with a lot of intensity today, playing hard, they're kicking hard, and they're actually playing a very, very good game today.
How important is having a player like Mitchell Cardenas back on defense?
Well, that's the difference. We only gave up 1 goal in the first quarter or first half, so that's the big difference is we're having our full defense here.
This game seems to be getting very physical. Are you going to be making any adjustments to try to combat that in the next half?
No, we're just going to try to keep the ball a little bit longer, slow the pace down a little bit.
Thanks, Coach. Happy New Year. Back to you, Craig and Tony.
Thank you so much, Melissa May. Let's take a break. It's halftime. 4-1. The San Diego Sockers leading the Tacoma Stars. Coming up, our Sockers Overtime interview excerpt, MASL in 5 highlights, and we'll be back with third quarter burn from San Diego right here, the MASL on Twitch.
Califino Tequila. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
Here at Front Wave, our members are built different. They don't just talk of success. They roll up their sleeves and get it done. And with serious value on banking, lending, saving, planning, Front Wave is right there with you. So dream big. We got you.
Hey, Medina, where are you going?
To the game, Doc. To the game.
Well, good luck with that.
Don't wait for the pain. Call your Chiron today.
Dr. Corey's office. How can we help you?
Outstanding TVX video through. All right, let's get to our soccer special guest tonight. He is the most rugged defender in the Major Arena Soccer League. He's a two-time champion with the San Diego Sockers that's looking for plenty more. Joining us from his home, Guerrero Pino, our guest on Soccer's Overtime. Oh, Pino, it's such a pleasure to see you, my friend. I guess joining us from your car, it looks like.
Yeah. I was doing some. How you guys doing? First of all, thanks for having me. I was doing some stuff, and then it was a little bit loud in there, so I decided to come to my car and then just have a nice talk to you guys.
Appreciate it, man. All right, so let's get things started. Just with your initial thoughts on the weekend that was. Two tough contests, two big wins.
Yeah, overall, you can say it was a good weekend because we got the 6 points. But I think on Saturday game, the whole team, the whole organization was a little bit upset, a little bit disappointed of our performance. I think if you ask me, I think that was kind of like a wake up call of like, hey, the season already started, and then we cannot relax on any team, or we cannot be considering that many goals. We got to work harder and then prove ourselves throughout the season so we can get in the rhythm for what is important for the organization.
No, that's great. And I mean, talking a little bit about that, the win against Dallas, right? We're talking about this as if obviously felt like a loss. What were the players in the locker room saying about it, and why did this win seem to be necessary to have a talk between you guys?
Yeah, you said it right there. It felt like a loss, to be honest. It felt like a loss. We walked into the locker room and obviously the coaching staff did their part on getting on us and spitting all the truth that we have to hear. But after that, I mean, we all players stayed there by ourselves, and then we talked. We told ourselves like, hey, this is not ours. This is not the organization, and we literally remind ourselves what this organization has been all about the last 5 seasons. We're the best defense, I'll say, the last 4 seasons, and allowing more than 4 goals is unusual for this organization and for this team. And we just reminded ourselves that, and we told ourselves like, listen, if we keep playing like this, if we keep conceding that many goals, there's going to be a game that we're going to lose. We cannot rely on, we have a lot of power offensively and we're going to score a lot of goals and we can concede as many goals as we want. No, I mean, it's not like that. I mean, the defense and boys, we always say like we keep it under 3 and we're going to win. So that's our goal every single game that we step out, and that's basically about it.
Of course, Pino, in order to take care of business on Sunday, first you had to physically get from Allen, Texas to San Diego, California.
I mean, if you want me to be honest, it's because of the MVP, Paul Savage. I mean, he's the MVP trainer of the league. I mean, that guy takes care of the whole team after the game in Dallas. He was in every room late at night doing treatment for everyone. And then Saturday morning, we got in the plane. We went to rest a little bit. I think we had, 2 hours before we went to the arena. And then whoever needed treatment was at the arena at 2 p.m. already getting treatment from Paul, from Anne-Marie, from Corey, the chiropractor, and all the doctors that are there. So, I mean, the staff that we have plays a big role on those weekends, to be honest.
And then looking at the landscape of teams and how they're changing, some new elements here and there. Who's a player that you most look forward to matching up against on the floor y que te dé una guerra?
I mean, always, I'll say the big targets. Nick Pereira from Tacoma. It's always tough to play against him. He's a great player. He's big, he's strong, great with the ball. Dantes Morales from Mesquite. then all the Mexican forwards, Torres, Puentes, Tony, those guys are good as well. And then if you come to the East, which we're going to face them twice this year, I mean, I think Zach from Kansas City is doing great so far. So it's always fun. It's always fun to play against good targets and make it a game, have a challenge and go from there.
We'll see you back next week as you get ready for Tacoma. It's great to have the club have the holiday break off. Even better to be there at 4-0. So all the best to you and yours. Thank you so much for your time tonight. I'm sure we'll catch up to you later in the year.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me, and thanks for doing this for the club. Happy holidays for you too and your family. Enjoy, stay safe, and I'll see you guys soon.
Absolutely. Thank you once again. There he is, Guerrero Pino. Once again, one of our great soccers every week coming through, getting on the show.
Shoot! He scores!
NASL in 5, back for another week. What's going on, everybody? I'm Alex Bastiavansky. It is great to see you again. Give me 5 minutes of your time now. I'm going to get you caught up on everything that's gone down in the league over the past week.
Stevens keeps it alive, offensive zone, and Fernandez banks it in. 3-0 Utica.
Only a couple of games went down last week, so we figured we might as well show you highlights from both of them. Baltimore in Utica taking on the Blues, and Utica continues to have the blast number this season as they take down the visitors by a 5-2 count. Baltimore just one win on the season so far. They tried to get back into this one, down 5-0. Got it as close as 5-2, but that was as good as it got for them. A festive day at the Adirondack Bank Center, close to Christmas with the candles out, awesome atmosphere. Hot players from the game, Ronaldinho Diniz of Utica continuing his torrid play this season. Second star in the contest as he notched 2 goals. He now has 11 points in just 4 games this season to lead the Blues in scoring. Also hot in this contest, Andrew Coughlin. He's been hot all season, though, as well for Utica City. Named the game's first star after making 12 saves and allowing just a single goal. And Andrew currently leads all MASL goalies with 5 wins this season. The other contest was the Dallas Derby, renewing as the Dallas Sidekicks headed crosstown to Mesquite to take on the Texas Outlaws, and the Outlaws get a measure of revenge. 12-4 at Mesquite Arena. Of course, the Sidekicks beat Texas a couple of weeks back, so they wanted revenge, and that is exactly what they got. Hot players in the contest, Luis Morales. Oh yeah, he now leads the MASL scoring race overall, and Morales in this contest, the first star. 4 points in the game, and of course that hurts just a bit extra for the Sidekicks, as Morales 2 years ago with the Sidekicks was the league's newcomer of the year. Vinny Dantas was great in this contest as well. The big Brazilian was brought in this season to provide veteran leadership as well as scoring punch, and he has come through on both accounts. He was named the second star of this contest with 3 points. Shout out to Blas Perez as well, who had a great game in a losing effort for the Sidekicks. The former Panamanian international named the third star of the game after notching 2 goals. Next week's big matchup, we are going to go with an Eastern Conference showdown. Utica in Milwaukee to face the Wave January 4th. Utica, of course, as mentioned, off to the best start in team history at 5-0 heading into this weekend. Milwaukee really starting to crank it up recently as well. League news to tell you about: the MASL College Draft went down on December 21st. Head to maslsoccer.com for all of the draft results, and the most recent MASL Power Rankings are out, brought to you by All Sports Data. Monterey leading the way, followed by Utica, San Diego, KC, Texas, Milwaukee, Chihuahua. I guarantee you will not be happy with that number 7 ranking. Baltimore number 8, St. Louis 9, Tacoma 10, Empire 11, Harrisburg 12, Dallas at number 13. And your top 5 scoring leaders right now: Luis Morales leading the way, followed by Sebastian Mendez, Zach Reggett, Charlie Gonzalez from San Diego, and Castillo from Monterey. Since it is the end of the year, we figured we'd show you some of the top goals from all of 2023.
Neto, Roque gets it back. Oh, what a goal by Lucas Roque.
Or to Tavoy, and it was blocked away. And now trying to chip Pardo, and they do!
Sosa into the target. Regan is there. He shoots, and Regan scores!
Walter, Pantera.
One out. Long shot! Oh my goodness! ¡Qué golazo! ¡Big Rojo!
Van a todas, ¿eh? ¡El Torre!
Pereira says, I play beach soccer. Check me out. Great move. And he spins himself free and scores!
The upper half, a little more. Luis Morales, first shot, and there is the goal in the game. Just a few seconds.
Pacho, down to Popper. He'll shoot. He'll score! He scored!
Mijatovic on the set piece. Dangles through the middle. Still has it. That's Segura. Scores! Utica City is on its way to the next round.
And that's going to wrap up this week's show. But just a reminder that all throughout the season, to stay up to date on everything that's going on in the league, be sure to check out its official social media outlets. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
And welcome back live to Pechanga Arena, San Diego. Third quarter run about to start. The Sockers leading the Tacoma Stars 4-1. How did we get there? Time for the first half highlights, courtesy of TVX Sports Video. And the Sockers get on the board early from Tavoy Morgan, converting the feed from Drew Ruggles at 1:36 of the first quarter for a 1-0 lead. Nick Pereira, just more of that artistry. The controlled roll followed by the backheel pass to Michael Ramos for 1-1. Sockers, great defense by Boris Pardo all night long. He has come up huge with 11 first half saves, already set his season high for saves in the first half. Brandon Escoto makes it 2-1 with a great anticipation, turning that loose ball into an assist. Then it's Craig Childs' career point number 399. Oh, what a dirty goal by Drew Ruggles. 4-3-1. Pardo again in the mixer, stopping Nick Pereira. And then Leonardo de Oliveira. This was on the power play. Corey Keats just trying to block a centering pass. He puts it into his own net. Pardo coming up gigantic late, following the deflection there, and then stopping Pereira on the doorstep. 11 of 12 saves for Boris Pardo. Let's check in with Alejandro Chiva Villasenor. What's been happening in the chat, Chiva?
Well, Craig, Danny Waltman was present in the chat saying, I miss you guys too. Congrats, Todd. Best there is.
Love it. Love to hear from Danny Waltman, one of the gentlemen of the game, one of the true greats in the history of indoor soccer, Danny Waltman. Great to hear you in the chat, my friend. Hope to see you on the other end of the guitar very soon. Third quarter underway. Tacoma running left to right. Sockers right to left. Tacoma in navy, yellow, and orange. The Sockers in their white, gold, and blue.
And Craig, as we're coming back, sorry, but
go ahead.
Definitely have the Stars always coming out, lights out, trying their best attempts as a shot here gets deflected early on. And it's going to be a matter of the Sockers whether they let them back into this matchup and complicate their fourth quarter. But right now, if the Sockers continue this pathway, it looks like they have a good control on the match.
I'd say next goal is significant. We're not going to go full Nate and say next goal is huge. But I think next goal is significant. Next goal sets the tone for this match. 5-1 puts Tacoma really in the hole. 4-2 puts San Diego in a much different situation. Craig Childs again at 1 point away from 400 in the MASL. He would be the 5th player in league history to get to that mark. Nick Pereira, one of those 4 players. Ahead of him, Ian Bennett, Leo Gibson, and the King Frank Tayu. And Childs at 3.99. The double team dispossesses the Sockers captain as the first minute of the third quarter has elapsed. Chris Toth earlier tonight with 5 saves so far in this match. He's now passed Danny Waltman for first place on the all-time career MASL saves list. Walking in on approach, the Stars' Adrian Correa. Over to Canele and now Corey Keats. And Tacoma would love to settle things down, and they'd love more than anything to score a goal in a non-Pereira shift. Here's Canale. Seems like most of the time Tacoma's offense comes when 10's on the floor.
And the Sockers definitely waiting for that mistake, ready to pounce on any sort of mistake here as we see them gain possession right there.
Sebastian Navarro tried to get it forward. Look at this turn by Christian Gutierrez midair. Correa was able to get in front of him, but very creative idea by the Tijuanense CG4, Christian Gutierrez. Canale seeing a little bit of space in offensive midfield. Over to Navarro. Pereira's back out there. 12.5 to go in the third. Matt Brame, good to see him back. He took an injury here in San Diego on the third and had been out. So like Mitchell Cardenas, that's just another behind-the-back pass by Drew Ruggles. Goal, assist, and all the style points tonight. And a nutmeg pass by Costa, but Toth runs up to keep Morgan off the back post. Soccer's going to be able to get this one back. Costa with Morgan. Costa, the overlapping run. It's Pino. He scores! The Warrior! Guerrero Pino puts 5 on it for San Diego. Number 5 does the job. 5-1.
And he is certainly loving it, putting the heart up there. But what an assist by Gabriel Costa. Silky smooth from the Brazilian. Laying it off with a no-look back heel pass for the lateral movement there. Guerrero Pino putting it in between the legs of Chris Toth. You don't really see Guerrero Pino getting a lot of those, but man, when defenders get their goals, it means a lot to them. Good job there by Pino.
And you could see both the reaction of the bench, Tony, the attempt to get Guerrero into the dance with Tavoyan and Gabigol, which is fun in and of itself. Here's Ramos trying to get it back in a hurry. Michael Ramos has the 1 goal for Tacoma tonight. And now, as we said, next goal significant because Tacoma's tenor in this match has changed. That went off the wall past Pardo and is going to get nudged. Oh, Boris thought he was going to grab it, and Christian punted it out and kept the ball in Tacoma's hands. Now it's down to Canale. Beach soccer move in the goal. That was lovely. It's worth the elfin magic clicks of the heel as he used the knee to loft the ball to the foot to the top of the net. 5-2.
And that really starts from that little interesting moment between...
It really does, doesn't it?
Pardo, where the miscommunication was not there. Christian looked like he was going to control that with the chest so Boris can pick it up. And it all stems from there.
That could be a goal of the week candidate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right knee to left foot in traffic. Alessandro Canale. Give Nick an assist. I think you should give Canale assist in his own goal and give him 2 points on that, because that would give the right knee an assist to the left foot for the goal.
Autogol, autopases, self-pass. That works. It was pretty enough.
Outstanding stuff there by the 35-year-old. Now here comes Felipe Gonzalez. Felipe crashing in. His attempted center blocked by Na over the corner glass. For Canale, his 7th goal, which leads the Stars. And at 5-2, it means that important next step came for Tacoma. But they've got many more steps to walk to get back into this match.
Able to get one back. It's important to be able to keep the morale up at least here in the third quarter. That means you're still in the game with here Morgan trying to control this with his back to the goal.
With 2 men around him. Back out to Pino. Of course, we mentioned it earlier, but, you know, as we've got the barrel over, and this time Tavoy gets called against Corey. Could have gone the other way, but that Tacoma did play full match on Thursday night, winning 7-5. Up by 15 in Ontario. Shout out to Philly and the Doctor and the Panda up there. It's an entertaining match. In fact, saw Paul Wright here at the match, scouting as always, the head coach of Empire. Saw him down in the catacombs at halftime.
He knows his way around Pechanga Arena.
He does. Very much so. 35 complete in this one. First 5 minutes of the third quarter have elapsed, with each team having netted once. Pino for San Diego at 2:59, and then at 3:38, Tacoma's answer, Canale from Pereira. Soccer's showing a bit of a press. Seems like a stop-and-go press almost. They waited and then they moved. Pino casts aside Nick Pereira. Lifts one out of the zone. Can Serta run on it? Cesar Serta, he's got Jamel Cox on his side. Not going to be able to burst in on net. Plays it back off the south wall, gets it back, and the Sockers can possess now. Nifty little run, though, by Serta to reverse the field. It's Charlie. Held pointless so far tonight. Sockers' leading scorer. And that's the thing about this team, Nick. I said Nick, I just looked at you like your name's Nick.
I'll take it. That's
I'm just
compliment.
Like I was talking to Nick Pereira. That's the thing about this team, Nick. You can't just stop one guy.
I'm pretty sure Nick Pereira is also well aware.
I think so, too. He's watching this on replay going, no, Doc Craig. As Childs looked for 400 on the assist. Foul now on Craig in the corner.
Fouls don't count for points, Craig.
Yeah, speaking of points, Sockers at 5 goals. New feature here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego for Sockers home matches, Tony, with 7 goals scored. It's a free Cravery cookie coupon for all fans in attendance on the way out. Cravery cookies, San Diego State location, Point Loma locations. Coupon available, usable at both. My son is he's downstairs with my wife, by the way. Shout out to my wife, Mitzi, 22nd anniversary last night. Able to celebrate. Thank you, love.
Felicidades.
But first thing when he saw me, he said, so we've got 4, so it's 3 more, right, Dad? I'm like, yep, that's right. 2 more now to get Cravery cookies. Also, not for nothing, for every Sockers home win this year, all fans receive a voucher good for a free child's ticket to Legoland with the purchase of an adult ticket. So when you come on out, if you're watching here in San Diego and you haven't come out yet, above and beyond the best team in indoor soccer and the chance to continuously watch wins and success and the incredible action and excitement of the Major Arena Soccer League, consider, as Canale is down, trying for another beach soccer nifty play. And then foul over the back. Called against Michael Ramos on Escoto. But when you come out, you could leave with a free kids pass to Legoland and cookies. So I'm like, it's pretty nice.
Sounds like a complete day right there.
For a fully well-rounded meal. Cookies and Legoland. Where you can get those delicious fried apple slices with the whipped cream. Oh, man. This stuff it's hot. The apple fries at Legoland. Come on now.
And it's only a kid's admission, right? We can't. I mean, you're making me want to go right now.
Just, when you Desiree get around to it, then you can bring the kid for free. Leo's got 1 goal tonight. Power play score. Been a fairly physical match, but nothing untoward. I think these two teams have a firmly set level in terms of respect for one another and the way these matches will be played, San Diego and Tacoma. Leo looking for the give and go here. Good pounce by Correa. That's well done defensively by Adrian Correa of Tacoma there. Interrupted the play, pushed out, forced the Sockers into a midfield reset offensively. Keeps the enthusiasm going. This time he'll commit a foul against Cesar Serna. But you know what? Again, we'll give him his flower here. Just some good work overall. And then,
Melissa May was talking with Phil Salvaggio about it earlier, too. I'll leave it right there. Well,
Serta dancing in between defenders, gave the ball away. Just a little tush-push between Correa and Serta there at the end. We'll see in the NFL tomorrow, I'm sure.
But a physical game, and definitely Tacoma bringing it as well as the Sockers, but nothing too overt in terms of respecting the laws of the game, per se. Good matchup on both ends.
Great to hear the drums banging for Los Brujos del 78. See Cowboys over there. Good to see. Willie Spur, here's a chance for Canale. Morgan working defensively in the corner. Well done by Tavoy. Not usually called upon for this side of the floor. Out of the scramble, Felipe is trying to nestle the ball through, but instead we've got a whistle down there. Tavoy is in the corner on the ground and may have had the foul called against him. well.
And the whistle came with the live ball still in action, and some conversations were being had with
Morgan back down. I think he's got a shin burner right now. No, it's the right quad he's pointing. And if you saw the replay, it looked like it completely inadvertently, but as Canale was falling, maybe his hand connected with the quad. Injury timeout, so let's take a break. On the floor as Boris Pardo and Nick Pereira talk about the price of eggs in the corner of your screen. Paul Savage will work on Tavoy Morgan. 5-2 Sockers, you're watching the MASL on Twitch. Outstanding TVX video through. The Sockers and the Stars meeting up for the third of 6 times this season. And every time Tacoma comes to town, as Boris Pardo, Abogado, working on Fernando Pena there, it means it's time to see the Beach Boys once again. Nick Pereira, 94 caps for the U.S. men's beach soccer national team, 114 goals, 126 points. And then there's Chris Toth, 97 caps for the United States, 48 wins, 16 goals as a keeper, playing in the sand. These two guys as good as it gets. And of course, in 2023, the CONCACAF Beach Soccer Champions. You go to the U.S. Soccer website, get to beach soccer, you'll see Nick Pereira and Chris Toth holding up the cup for CONCACAF. Proud of the way that they represent our country. Nick Pereira, Chris Toth, two of the best class gentlemen in this game. Here's Juice Cox. He's got Pereira to his left, and he shoots in the save made by Pardo. Took the shot instead. Pardo had the arm extended. Sockers looked a little bit 6s and 7s there defensively. Just we're allowing a mid-speed 2v1 to cruise down the floor. Back to next goal significant again, because if Tacoma gets it, that's 2 in a row for them.
Absolutely. That urgency has pretty much been there the whole time for Tacoma. We'll see how far that takes them here, as there's a little over 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Definitely need to get something on offense if they want to stay in this matchup.
Possession for the Stars. Always expends less energy. That's the whole idea. Just ask Barcelona. Jones works it back, and see, this keeps these Sockers players on the floor, keeps them running, reacting, defending. Nick Pereira wants to take advantage at the end. He's got Mitchell Cardenas as his caddy right now. Cardenas was credited with 4 blocks in the first half because Saris tried to bend it off of his teammate's head, and then a backheader try by Ramos. And he and Pardo meet up in the crease. Boris, long arms one out. Childs chests it down to Leo. Leo lobs it back to Childs. Craig Childs with Logan Jones working on him. Off of the leg of Pena. Whistle sounds. Truly not sure why. Referee considered to be part of the floor, but Fernando, I think, believed that he impacted the play, and so he blew the whistle. I know there's some Baltimore players watching that says, why couldn't that happen in our match to open the season? Quick restart for Tacoma. There's Corey Keats. Shovels one along the north wall, and Guerrero Pino is right there to take care of it for San Diego. MASLsoccer.com, your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more at MASLsoccer.com. Soccer's Overtime. It's the weekly show covering the San Diego Sockers and the MASL, and it airs live Tuesdays, 5 p.m. right here on Twitch. Join myself and Tony for the latest game recaps, previews, MASL news, and live interviews. You can watch the show live on our Twitch channel at San Diego Sockers, or catch the replay on our YouTube channel You can even just listen to the audio on the podcast. Soccer's Overtime, available on all platforms. Check us out. 3:30 in the third. Tony and I took last week off because El Senor Sanchez was in Yosemite for an incredible vacation. Talk about that in a moment. Out to Chase Hansen now. Hansen puts it in the middle, and Corey Keats tantalizingly watched the ball dance past an open third of the net. Pino kicks one away from Pereira, and Gutierrez will press the issue up the floor as Toth tries to recover possession for Tacoma. Crashing in, Costa steals it with Gutierrez. Gutierrez, Costa, save! Toth! Chris Toth whipped the leg out. And then Costa fell, and Toth gave him the Dikembe Mutombo finger wag. Costa, Gutierrez, and cleared off the line! Brilliantly done. Sep Navarro's back. Sep Navarro's down again, but he was back and took away Christian Gutierrez's first goal of the year.
What an exciting couple of chances here for the San Diego Sockers. First, Chris Toth doing the heroics with that left foot of his, preventing that ball from going in. And my, oh my, it was pretty clear. Referee said no, did not cross the line, did not need a check. That's just as good as a goal on any end for any defender.
Big mistake there by Tacoma, but the Sockers tried for a quick restart off that turnover, gave it away, and now it's coming back the other direction. Sockers have to hustle. Ball off the wall. Cox tried for the auto passe, and Pardo got a touch to ward it back into the corner. Now, no! And he fired it to the back post, and Jamel Cox couldn't put it on net. Incredibly difficult play to do at split-second speed. Spur keeps the play alive, and the Stars are buzzing for a goal here to end the third quarter. Minute 48 left in this frame.
The action is fast and furious on both ends. Here's Tacoma, still with a chance.
Feels like Gutierrez has been out there for 4 minutes. Cox, pinball play, rattling around in the northwest corner. And Escoto has to be careful here. Players all around him. Ball came up over the wall, last touch by Tacoma, and that allows not only the Sockers to breathe, but both teams are going to enact some changes.
A flurry of chances here. Both goalkeepers getting some action there.
Cardenas sends it long for Morgan. Tavoy scored 2 in the first quarter. His 6th and 7th goals of the year. He's 1 point from tying Charlie atop the team scoring lead. Charlie Gonzalez has been dealing with a little bit of a leg issue the last couple weeks, and I'm noticing his second half shifts have been sharply curtailed. And now a wrestling match. Here's the foul on Brame right from the free throw line. Free kick coming for San Diego. Well, they backed it up. That foul was not committed there.
Yeah.
It was committed 2 steps closer to the net.
With a lucha libre maneuver there, almost in a full Nelson. Only way to contain Tavoy from doing that turn.
Sockers smart to run their 6th player off the field so they don't get a blue card on this free kick. Here we go. Charlie's back. Speak of him and so shall he appear. Charlie Gonzalez. Saved by Toth. Bent it around the wall and Toth was there. Perfect positioning for the MASL's all-time saves leader. Just collects another one. Danny, that's just more work for you when you come back.
Not an easy save at all. Just because you're right at where the player shoots it, you still have to have that fortitude on your wrist to not have that ball ricochet inside. It's an experienced keeper for you.
Big minute in this match. Pereira. Ruggles, well read on the steal. Can the Sockers counter? Drew Ruggles sent one off the north wall, and Charlie was too far ahead of the play. Just a miscommunication between the two. Now it's Pereira getting another bite of the apple. And Charlie runs back and says, no, sir. I will take that core away from you. The exchange of possession continues. That was a handball on Leo, but they called a foul before it.
Correct. They were looking for that handball. Leo is asking for that ball to be placed on the floor because it exited the field of play, I believe. Either way, it's going to be a San Diego Sockers ball with Leo restarting here to Charlie.
Gonzalez. Charlie scores! Charlie Golazo otra vez. Cíceros.
Gonzalez, El Carlitos, Carlangas, Charlie with the right foot, putting it in the 90-degree angle. You can't get that ball any closer to the corner. Impossible for Chris Toth to do anything about that. You just have to sit back and enjoy a beautiful goal like that. San Diego Sockers add another one, 6-2.
Sockers magic, 14:52. The time of goal, just 8 seconds left. Gonzalez's 7th of the year. Done it with the right foot, he's done it with the left. Charlie in charge, coming in, 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points. Ranked in the top 5 in the league. 4 straight multi-point games, that's on the line now, that's activated. And against Tacoma, he's been especially deadly. 4 goals, 3 assists, now 5 goals, 3 assists in 2.5 matches against Tacoma.
And it all seems like just a matter of time before Chadley does get involved in some meaningful way here. And it's good to see him, again, with that injury that he's carrying, still being able to carry himself and do very well in those small spaces, in that situation, take that decision to score a golazo. There's a reason they call him Charlie Golazo.
Leo got the assist on Charlie's goal as we reach the end of the 3rd quarter from Pechanga Arena, San Diego. It's the Sockers 6, Tacoma 2. San Diego has a 24-match regular season home winning streak, and they're looking good to push it to 25 to wrap up 2023. We're back with the 4th quarter next from Pechanga Arena, the Sockers and Stars on Twitch.
All right, yeah, thanks, for sure, I'll be there. Hey, wait, hold on, I'm running by the field right now. You're never gonna guess. Dude, Medina's here. I think he's trading for a comeback to the Sockers.
What are you talking about? Medina? He retired 2 years ago. He's too old, bro.
Oh, dude, you're right, bro, he's too old. Okay, so that barbecue, yeah.
Don't wait for the rain. Call your Cairo today.
Dr. Corey's office, how can we help you?
I got this. Let's get him in.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Medina. We'll see you shortly.
Outstanding TVX video through.
Here at Front Wave, our members are built different. They don't just talk of success. They roll up their sleeves and get it done. And with serious value on banking, lending, saving, planning, Front Wave is right there with you. So dream big. We got you.
Frisbee toss has been completed. Our annual, or every match between 3rd and 4th quarter tradition. Looks like we had a couple of people who tossed it in the bucket. Sockers have put 6 in the bucket so far. We're 1 from Cookies, 6-2 San Diego. Craig and Tony with you, and let's check in on the chat with Chiva.
Craig, people in the chat want to know, what does Craig Childs have to do to get that 1 point? What's missing right now that he needs to get there?
You know, it's a good question, Chiva. Actually, Tony and I were just talking about that during the break. Doesn't feel like Craig's been 100% on it tonight. Like not having just that, ooh, I'm feeling it kind of big game. He's had some real creativity in the corners. This has been more of Tavoy's match tonight in terms of the forward position.
Correct, and definitely something that you can tell that Craig isn't necessarily worried about the number. He's trying to help his team out. But there's just a sense of an extra touch here and there that isn't as sharp as it usually is. But again, just like we were talking about Charlie Gonzalez not necessarily having the best game up until now, you know, there's still 1 quarter of action, and maybe Craig wants to go ahead and leave 2023 with that already taken care of, the big 400. 400, it's a big number.
Hey, shout out to not Benny L _ says following the Soccers from Argentina.
Campeones del mundo. Saludos.
Saludos y bienvenidos. And thanks for being a Soccers fan worldwide. All right, so here are your storylines. Can Craig Childs get that 400th point? Assist or goal will get the job done. Can the Soccers make it 11 in a row over Tacoma, extend their regular season winning streak to 15 straight, their home winning streak to 25 straight? It's all on the line.
Final game here at Pechanga Arena of 2023, counting down the final games in general in the Grand Old Arena for the San Diego Soccers.
Final 15. Here we go. Soccers going left to right in this final frame, attacking the net that Chris Toth is defending with Los Brujos right behind him and in his ears. Looking to make things miserable for the MASL's saves king. Little whistle at midfield. By the way, earlier tonight, Texas defeated Milwaukee 8-6. Luis Morales, league's leading goal scorer for the Outlaws. Big win for them at Mesquite Arena. That, from a strict points standpoint, temporarily moved the Outlaws into first place over the Soccers. However, the Soccers began tonight with 3 matches in hand over Texas. So if they hold on tonight, they go back into first place, but they got 2 matches in hand on Texas, and those 2 teams will face one another on the 7th. Here's Childs, dribbler off the wall. We're going to get a little overexcited every time Childs touches it because we're looking for a milestone round number goal or assist here. Cerda finds the loose ball. Cerda space to attack. Cerda drifts it the other way. It's Escoto looking for Childs in the middle. Escoto just times it and then wins the crossbar challenge, even though he didn't mean to enter it. Childs, meanwhile, is begging for the ball in the middle. Now he's not got it because it was well read and stolen by Rivers, and then back to Cerda, to Childs, saved by Toth. Chris says only 1 milestone tonight. Ex-teammate.
Childs taking his hands to his head, knowing that was an excellent save. Chris Toth saying, no, I don't want this right now. Not on me, not today.
You can't have it.
Definitely you can see soccer teammates trying to get Craig Childs that record as well.
Costa, 2 men around him. Look for the backheel pass. Kid's so fancy. Cox thinks about a 3/4 court shot. That was nothing. Pereira unable to get on the back end of that one. He's going to be the point of the spear for a press here. Now Morgan had the ball dance off of his side. Back to Costa. Leonardo de Oliveira gets it back. Tried for the chip, no chance. Leo did get the assist on Charlie's goal. So point and an assist for the pass master, Leonardo de Oliveira. 5th all time in the MASL in assists. Leo is. Picks up another one here tonight. And up to 10 points on the season, Leo. Soccers are going to have a multitude of 10+ and 20+ point guys this year. The fight for the ball in the corner. Eddie Na down there. Back to Canale. And a lovely goal earlier.
And how huge is it for Cárdenas to be back into this lineup? Just a breath of fresh air. Something the Soccers haven't had with him out.
Ramos trying to get past Gutierrez now. Pardo, he warded the ball off. He wanted to control it, but back out, and Chris Toth now is going to start to take more chances. We've seen him do this. That's a foul on Cardenas on Na. Unlike most goalkeepers in the league, Chris wants that ball on his feet. We talked about him, 97 caps with the U.S. Beach Soccer men's national team. scores goals as a goalkeeper. He's got that ability. He has, of course, scored goals in the MASL. He's got an assist this year. It is tough on a kid who's one of the best keepers on his numbers because he's always keeping himself in goal in these pressure situations. Pereira, Caceres, Canale in the corner. 11:35 in the match. That one blocked maybe by his own man or Cardenas. And then falling on the ball.
Slow motion there.
Caceres draws that foul on Ruggles.
Almost looked like he was going to attempt the worm there onto the ball.
Slow motion crash. On the same spot, you see Charlie finds himself on the turf. Charlie looking for another point for a multi-point game. A little slippery right there.
You're talking about, you know, the beach soccer team, right? These are some of the skills that are incredibly well translated from version of the game to version of the game. You see it with Leonardo Oliveira, Gabriel Costa, the Brazilians who play futsal, another version of soccer, but those skills translate so well into the indoor game that it's exciting to see. And whether you're a goalkeeper or an attacking player, whether it's any sport, if you play on sand, it adds to your agility, and it's a tighter workout, to be completely honest.
Oh, it's the most draining of all of them. Pereira and Ramos, and the Stars have held possession for most of these first 5 minutes of the fourth. Charlie, third big steal. Charlie on the counter. Does his stop and go move. Got held by Cox. Draws the foul.
Waiting on some help there from his teammates. Held the ball long enough to get fouled, but it's that patience that he's showing Chadley to really know and assess the situation and put himself in a place where, you know, if I get fouled, it's a position and for the Sockers.
Giles to Leo. Leo to Charlie! It's cookie time! Give me some cranberry! Thank you, Charlie Gonzalez!
The dink and the dunk. Charlie Gonzalez exactly where he needs to be, inside of the box. Ese toque. He's the one that does the dummy in the original free kick, positioned himself inside of the box. Fantastic triangulation by the Sockers, ending in a cookie. That was great. I'm excited right now. I'm gonna get myself some cookies from the Cranberry.
I think I can see my 12-year-old son dancing down there in Section 8. What do we want? Do you want the red velvet? Do you want the everything cookie? I forget what they call it. It's good.
Hopefully, you got a sugar-free one for my doctor.
Maybe. I mean, sure, yeah. I think probably, maybe. And Leo gets that assist. 3-point game now for Leo. Goal, 2 helpers. Steal, Callahan with Felipe. Felipe shoots off the crossbar high. Bangs it off the Kick and K logo. Great steal by Sean Callahan. I think you'd agree, Tony, has been really showing out in his limited burn for San Diego.
Yeah, he's been important in such crucial moments here for the Sockers this season so far. Coming up big here once again.
Preventing Canale from attacking net right there. 9:35 to go in the fourth. 7-2 San Diego. Correa. Caceres was able to step into that one with his left foot, but blocked in front by a Socker. Can San Diego get out? Pee-wee gave it away, but to Pereira, who shot it high. Deflected, they say. It'll be a corner for Tacoma. MASL Monday, every Monday night exclusively here on Twitch on MASL Soccer. Alex Bastravansky and Phil Ivanko recap the weekend's action and discuss the hot topics around the league. Pereira, the balloon pass. Canale tests the netting and finds it to be too strong for him to blast it through into the crowd. Alessandro Canale.
Right there, the Beach Boys connection once again. That right there is exactly how you take a free kick in the sand. You just got to chip it and have that educated foot to put it exactly where your teammate is going to go ahead and volley.
I mean, if you haven't watched, and Nick draws a foul, if you haven't watched any of the U.S. beach soccer action, it'll usually be on a BN Sports or TUDN. You can find it. It's really entertaining action. I mean, I've seen Toth come up the floor, the sand, knee, like just dancing forward, bouncing the ball on his right knee to come forward so it doesn't go on the sand. And there is Toth. Speak of the devil, and so shall he appear. Canale, back heel, Ramos, save Pardo. Boris Pardo. A monster night. He's fighting for keeper of the week. Here's the counterattack. TJ counters on. Christian Gutierrez, Brandon Escoto. And it all winds up lost in Taco Alley somewhere.
A 3v1, a little too many options for them to choose from, but soccer still have an opportunity here.
Pee-wee now, Felipe flying try over the net. Christian Gutierrez doesn't have a goal yet this year, and he was being very kind to Escoto, who has no points tonight. Juras normally a big part of the Soccer's offense. Here we see it all develop. But first, the big save by Pardo.
Small spaces there, very well done by Tacoma, but even better by Pardo. Lights out performance today. He's gonna frame that jersey or not wash it. Gonna play with it next couple games. Well, maybe.
Could be. Escoto would love to get some fourth quarter stat pad. At this point at 7-2, San Diego. And trust me when I tell you this, friends, from Phil Salvaggio to Rene Ortiz to Cheeky Luna, Sean Bowers watching in the stands, the 2 is what matters to San Diego more than the 7 now. It's Giles! There's another number we want. It's called 400, but Toth says no again.
Toth doing everything in his power to say no to 400.
Leo in the corner called for the foul. Oh, Craig Giles so close. Chris Toth is going to haunt him in his dreams tonight if he can't find this goal. This is the primary subplot remaining here on MASL Soccer on Twitch. So stay with us. Can Craig Giles at home in 2023 get 400 in the MASL? Because he fun a try. Wow. Brame, Costa, collision. Brame's still down. That was rough. Let's take a look.
Multiple collisions there, multiple legs colliding, and some players taking air. Raheem still down.
Costa kind of flew into that at the end, and he's such a compact, low center of gravity. He has that ability to get into those spaces, and it made it look like something like spectacularly bad happened. I'm glad that was not the case, as we see once again. Costa's getting his legs kicked there, second time, third time. And then up in the air, it really kind of got kicked by Caceres. Obviously not necessarily intentional. Let's see, a card is going to come out. Blue card is out. I believe that'll be potentially on Caceres.
Correct. And it's going back to the letter of the law, intent or not, that did happen. There was no ball involved.
Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll see if the Sockers are on the man advantage. 7-2 San Diego. Fourth quarter wraps up when we come back on Twitch.
Here at Front Wave, our members are built different. They don't just talk of success. They roll up their sleeves and get it done. And with serious value on banking, lending, saving, planning, Front Wave is right there with you. So dream big. We got you.
Fino Tequila. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
The discussion continues at the referee's box. 7-2 Sockers. Will this be a penalty against whom? We don't know. What we do know is that Chiva's hanging out in the chat. What's up, Chiva?
No, I mean, the questions are the same thing. What should the call be here from the referees, Craig?
You know, initially I would say that this is a common foul potentially in the corner, but when you saw that second replay, the real question, I think, and you know, maybe we'll hear Ryan Sigich, Phil Levanko talk about it, who knows, on the most controversial show, Under Review, but is Costa responsible for himself in the air here? He's getting kicked, and then just right there, it's kind of inadvertent, but because he's in the air, it winds up being a strong connection. There's Adam Becker, the head coach of Tacoma, out on the floor. Adam tried some gamesmanship against Tony and I during warm-ups this evening. It was delightfully received. Tried to push us off our position with a, what do they call those, the little dots on the floor?
Little marker
on
the floor. No, but going back to that play where you see Nick Pereira having his opinions voiced, there was contact definitely with Costa, who was in the air. Now, was that contact meant for him? It didn't look like it was necessarily intentional to make Costa flip in such a way, but regardless, that leg extended without the ball being near. There were two players in between the leg and the ball. Therefore, if there is contact, I can see why that is deemed as a blue card. If people disagree, then, you know,
well,
we'll just see.
The man that they've put in the box, according to our scoreboard here at Pechanga Arena, is number 11, Jamel Juice Cox, a name that we noticeably omitted from our discussion of that corner. But there goes Juice into the box, dejected. And here comes the Sockers power play. They're 1 for 1.
At the end of the day, the numbers will remain. Card is out. There is a player out for Tacoma Stars as play will resume here. And an opportunity for number 400.
And can Greg Childs mark here, assist or goal for career point 400 in the MASL? His power play began with 7:29 left in the match. It'll count to either 5:29 remaining or a Sockers goal to build on a 7-2 lead. Hey, that could be Morgan, but Toth comes up with a brilliant save. Oh, Chris Toth, the MASL saves leader, does it again.
Chris Toth is seeing what's happening down the field with Boris Pardo and says, let me respond with some magnificent mercurial saves of my own in big moments here.
Childs looked for Costa and the pass whizzed past Gabby Goal. And at 40 in the man advantage, good pressure here. Adrian Correa draws the foul on Churras, or pardon me, on Charlie. Churras not even getting power play burn right now. Poor Brandon. What can you do? There's too many good players on this team.
An embarrassment at Richards at times, and definitely somebody who can get it going when they need to for the Sockers.
Nick Pereira's goal is just like a man who runs into the corner late in an outdoor match, just trying to rag some time there. 1:23 left in the man advantage as the Sockers work their way up the field. It is Charlie in the middle, Childs on the wing. Down to Leo. Leo on the reverse side now. He's been working on the right side of the power play. He's over to the left. Maybe trying to team up and link up with Childs. Leo, fake. Back to Charlie. First minute of the power play has elapsed. Tavoy keeps the ball moving to Costa. And back to Gonzalez. Morgan can face. He finds Leo. Leo back to Morgan. He hit it off the Front Wave Credit Union logo. Great attempt for Leo's third assist. Correa on full burn on the counterattack. Correa slips and falls. It's a tough sport, and it's easy to giggle up here, but it sure is hard to run so fast and then keep your balance. Costa, 22 seconds left to convert. Childs on the left wing, and they get in the ball. Morgan turns and scores. Tavoy Morgan power play, hat trick goal. The dancing celebration. The Sockers Rockettes make it 8-2.
Tavoy Morgan, eternally with his back to goal, does exactly what he loves to do. This one doesn't need that power, but he chooses the finesse to get it past Chris Toth to his bottom left. Hat trick, El Jamaiquino.
And a third point for Charlie Gonzalez on the last 3 goals. Remember, we mentioned that multi-point streak. Now it's up to 5 in a row, and he's got 2 goals and an assist. You know who doesn't have a second point tonight?
Who's that, Craig?
Craig Childs. Will it push over to the new year, or will Craig find a late one? Looks like we are entering the era of Portero Ambulante as Chris Toth starts to work up the floor and leave his half of the field empty. Thing is, Childs is never out there for goals like this. As the Sockers build a house, this is Christian Gutierrez's time now to try and eat. 9:16 time of that goal, and the Sockers 2 for 2 on the power play. Now 8 for 13 on the season. Dynamite.
That's one of the things that was asked of the Sockers last year, is to be more lethal and efficient in the power play. So far, so good this season.
Califino Tequila presents the final 5 minutes of tonight's match. Enjoy the Fino things in life. Go to califinotequila.com. Whoa, looking for Ramos. If he was perched on the far post, that would have been a goal. 6v5 situation, still counted as even strength because it's the keeper coming forward instead of a 6th attacker.
Playing around here with the ball, being very cautious, moving forward. Very well done here by Boris Pardo, putting his body on the line, waiting for a collision that never came.
Lifted by Escoto. Juice Cox is going to be able to track this one down. Craig Childs was just dancing off the bench for a moment. Now he's dancing back off. He's hoping to get that chance. He'd love to cherry pick out. Doesn't matter how you get it. Just getting it. Toth is going to be called. No, Escoto is going to be called for that foul on Chris, who will now go down and feel his left shin. If anyone considers Chris Toth someone for gamesmanship, believe me when I tell you that's not his bag.
Definitely got clipped there, trying to do the back pass. As we'll see here, those skills translate. Que bonito.
Yeah. Ow.
That was going to leave a mark. As we're having some...
Pereira is interceding to voice his objections, defending his dear friend, almost lifelong friend, Chris Toth. I remember them both as freshmen, so to speak, on this Sockers club in 2010-11. They moved up from San Diego Fusion, Alex Monar's club. They joined the Sockers as rookies. They were both dynamite. They were both part not only of the Sockers season winning a championship, they were part of the playoff winning a championship. Chris Toth started the semifinal over, at that time, the incumbent Riley Swift, and played his best match of his young career to get the win. Nick Pereira scored a goal to take the lead in the final that year against La Raza de Guadalajara. They were roommates back then, they're roommates now. And Chris is now off for a 6th attacker with 4 minutes left, taking that knock to the leg. Now he won't see his stats take any more knocks either, as Juice Cox is out for 6 attackers. Great pass, great goal. Tacoma. The looping feed for Caceres was artistic, magnificent, and ultimately good for a 3rd goal for the Stars.
What a beautiful play here. You're going to see that perfectly lifted and weighted cross. It's very, very rare that you see such beautiful artistry in the air with a slow, loaded pass there, connecting with the header, but that's just enough sometimes to get it past Boris Pardo, who's having an amazing game, but even then, with an amazing game, a header like that, there's not much you can do about it. Can't be mad about it.
Pereira's 3rd assist. Toth is back out there. Stars fighting for the ball, and the Sockers take it away. Deflected attempted pass there by Costa is going to bound all the way to Toth. And now let's see if Chris stays on or if he transfers off to Juice. I mean, the 6th attacker with Juice got a goal in 30 seconds. Here's Ramos, room to work up Route 1. Saw the ball got out in front of him. And then, look out, it's Leo for the empty net, and he just missed it. As the Stars attempted to transition Toth to Cox, the Sockers won the ball in that moment. Leo did not have time to take a touch, but he just missed, putting it off the Dana Mission Bay Dasher board, official hotel partner of your San Diego Sockers. That's where the Stars will go to stay tonight. Not doxing them, and all the teams stay there, but just saying. Hopefully it'll be a nice post-game meal. 2:45 left in this one. Back to 6 attackers. Just a pass into empty space there. Ramos had his eyes up. Leo, Ruggles. Oh, Canale finding close angle there. Knocked away. Stars keep the ball. That was Willie Spur looking for his first goal of the year. Second, I should say, pardon me. 2:22 in the fourth. Sox are going to win this one tonight, baby. 15th straight regular season win, 25th straight at home. 11th straight over Tacoma. 32-4 all time against the Stars. Final score to be settled. Almost a goal for Nick and a 4th point.
And it's really a matter of the Sockers taking advantage of the opportunities that they have and being clinical with the chances that they've been presented with, as a handball is being asked here.
And not received. And Cox dribbling in, and Canale's going to find it. Little nifty touching of the ball to Ramos. Back and forth he goes. Pino stays him off. Minute 45 left to play. Stars working to press for a 4th. San Diego, as we've talked about many times, 3 is their goal as a team. 3 or fewer. So here's a steal by Leo. Leo threads it. Gutierrez puts it forward for the empty netter. First of the year for Christian Gutierrez. He deserved it, and Leo picks up another assist.
You live by the 6th attacker, you die by the 6th attacker at times, and that's exactly what happens here. Nobody home, empty cabin for the Tacoma Stars. Great for him to get that first goal here, just passing it all the way the half length of the field. And that's been the story of this game, Craig. Really, the Sockers taking those anticipations, stealing the ball in important places, and culminating it with a goal at the end.
They'll stay in 6 attackers, because why not? Gutierrez with his first of the year, and Leo with his 2nd assist of the night, 3rd point, 8th assist of the season. It's just tough to win Passmaster in a world where Nick Pereira exists, because this is what he does as well as anyone. Pereira trying to find another one before the night's up. 2-man game, Spur and Caceres, kick save Pardo. Magic minute number 60. Canale back to Pereira. The Sockers wouldn't mind poaching one more. Will this be the chance? Escoto bikes it out of the zone. Una bicicleta pequeña.
La chilenita here for a clearance.
Chilenita indeed. Canale, no, bumped off the ball. Well done, Ruggles. Got a holding foul against Canale. It'll give it back to San Diego with 21 seconds left. San Diego improving to 5-0, 15 points. Remaining undefeated, remaining on top. MASL scoreboard tonight. Texas did defeat Milwaukee 8-6. Yesterday it was Baltimore blasting Harrisburg 13-4. Thursday, Tacoma took down Empire to set to 1-5 with a 7-5 win. 10 seconds left in this one, as Willie Spur sees another shot blocked by Guerrero Pino. He is setting a Sockers career high to wrap this one up. Full time from San Diego. The 2023 competitive calendar year comes to a close. Sockers win 24 of their 26 regular season matches this calendar year and beat Tacoma again. 9-3 your final score.
And Craig, a quintessential San Diego Sockers performance here. Really getting it done, defending really well. Boris Pardo having one of those nights of his that he is impossible to deal with. And a Tacoma Stars team that has seen this San Diego Sockers side before 3 times now in this regular season. A difficult matchup always, but once again, Sockers are able to pass through with some great football rapido action.
A lot of shots tonight for Tacoma. They were credited with 39 shots. And Guerrero Pino, welcome to Defensive Player of the Week, an 8 blocked shot game. And Nick Pereira gets no goals. Now, 3 assists, but no goals for the man who was leaning on him for the entire night. So, incredible stuff. 4.9 for Leo, goal and 3 assists. I said 1 and 2 earlier. 1 and 3 for Leo. Hat trick for Tavoy. Charlie Gonzalez, 2 goals, 1 assist. Drew Ruggles, 1 goal, 1 assist. 1 assist for Craig Childs. 399 MASL points. That milestone watch will carry over to 2024 and to next Sunday and the match against the Texas Outlaws, a match that is for the top of the table here in the West. Tavoy with the hat trick. Players are walking by, giving 5-5s to Melissa May, and now she is going to grab a microphone and chat with Tavoy Morgan. Go ahead.
All right, Tavoy, do you have any New Year's resolutions for the team for next year?
I just want to wish all my fans a happy new year, and thanks for supporting us throughout this year and continue for the next year.
Hat tricks are always exciting. Last year you struggled to score at home, and this year you don't seem to have a problem. What changed?
We get guys that pass the ball a lot too. Costa, Drew pass it a lot, Charlie and Leo always. So I'm really happy with the situation I'm in where I'm getting the ball a lot to score a goal. So I feel good about that.
Your defense really stepped up for you tonight. The MASL MVP, you held him you held them to just 3 goals. Nick Pereira, you held him down. What do you have to say about the defense?
We just get in a rhythm. We just started to communicate more. Today the defense step up. Boris step up a big today. So shout out to Boris and the defense line. And thanks to the fans too.
Things were getting really physical during the game. How did you guys keep your composure in the huddle?
It's coach. Coach, he don't want us to go all in and, red card, not a blue card. It's just simple pass, make them trace, and that's what we did, and it worked for us.
The MASL fans will let you close out with your dance. Give it to you.
Thank you.
Craig, Tony, and happy New Year to all you MASL fans out there.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Tavoy. Hat trick for Morgan. Scored 2 in the first quarter. Got the power play goal in the fourth quarter to wrap up his second hat trick of the year. Second hat trick in 3 matches, in fact, for Tavoy. Again, top point man tonight, Leo, with a goal, 3 assists. And let's not leave out Boris Pardo. 17 saves on 20 shots tonight. I think especially in that first half, Boris was so good that he kind of put this game in his back pocket, Tony. If he's average in the first half, maybe it's 4-4 at halftime, but he's spectacular, and instead it's 4-1 at halftime, and San Diego gets that, as we see some of the Pardo highlights here. San Diego gets that goal and then really takes control. Of course, Chris Toth, big as well. The MASL saves leader now after tonight, but Pardo just over and over tonight was tested and came up huge.
It really being asked in every which way to use everything possible that he has in his arsenal, Boris Pardo, to prevent that ball from crossing the line. Dive to his right, dive to his left, reflex saves, leg saves, putting your body on the line. Boris really having one of those just magnificent, different level, different gear that he's capable of this night. And what a time to have the best, or one of the best games of the year, the final game here in 2023 for the San Diego Sockers.
Hey, 17 saves, but 39 shots and only 3 goals. You can do the math. 19 blocked shots for the Sockers tonight, by far season high. 8 for Pino, 4 for Cardenas, 3 for Pee Wee. Defenders getting the job done. Pee Wee's peeps should be happy. 3 block night for Pee Wee and the Sockers. As San Diego goes around the floor, fans are starting to work their way down to the floor, and tables are being set up. Post-match autographs are taking place here tonight, will be happening for the next 45 minutes or so, as all of these players are just going to sit down at a table, and they won't get up, Tony, until every last autograph is signed, every last picture is taken, every last interaction with these great fans. It's part of what makes this sport so special, the ability to connect so directly with these guys.
Absolutely, and the players love it themselves. You see just smiles across the board, and that's really what this sport is all about, being able to connect, to really transcend relationships, transcend anything and everything that at times is going on in the world. Just take a second with the ball and enjoy the beautiful game in whichever way you can, and the San Diego Sockers are an exemplary example of that here in San Diego.
Let's now go from exemplary examples to superlatives. And we'll start with our Kaiser Permanente Thrive save of the match. Now, you've got some options on this one. Let's see what Slizzer and crew come up with right at the end of the second quarter. The one-handed stop denying Pereira on the doorstep would have completely changed the tenor of the match if Pereira gets this goal in the last 20 seconds of the half. Again, one of 17 saves for Boris Prado tonight. His stats are going to be moving right back up into that leadership area on the MASLsoccer.com page. We'll hit refresh on that tomorrow. But first, let's freshen up with our Front Wave Credit Union goal of the match. Okay, I've got a choice. Let's see what it is. Yes, thank you, guys. Because it's Childs to Drew. Watch this. Oh, my goodness.
Just smooth. Chef's kiss right there. Magnifique. Muito bem.
Driving to his right. Wow.
Excellent.
Wow.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Drew Ruggles. He's a soccer too, gang. This team's got it all. This team's got it all. 5-0 San Diego. We've got Mitchell Cardenas, and his son shares the brilliant hair that he has. Just everything is coming up Sockers right now. There's Zé Roberto down on the floor with his former teammate Nick Pereira. Let's wrap things up. Great night for the San Diego Sockers. A 9-3 victory over the Tacoma Stars. Tacoma down to 2-3. San Diego up to 5-0. We couldn't bring you this broadcast without the crack crew of TVX Sports Video and their leader, their capitan, is Ted Bendrick. Technical director, the Slizzer, Randall Sliz. Our director, Marilyn Muro, doing such a great job. David Wen as our assistant director and replay operator. We've got Daniel, Michael, and Kevin on the cameras. Mark on the ones and twos, our audio engineer, doing a great job. Alejandro Villasenor Chiva on the chat. Thank you, Chiva. Melissa May on the floor. There he is. Hi, Chiva. TVX Sports Video. That's them, tvxvideo.com. Check out what they have to do. There's our players. This is me saying goodnight. For Melissa and Chiva and Tony Sanchez, I'm Craig Elston. Have yourself a wonderful and very safe New Year's Eve, please. And we will see you back here in 2024 next Sunday for the Sockers and the Texas Outlaws Soccer Sunglasses giveaway, halftime media game. It'll all be taking place. We'll come to you on this channel, MASL Soccer, at 5 p.m. on the 7th. Until then, we remind you of tonight's final score. 9-3, the Sockers take down the Tacoma Stars. And now, so long from San Diego. Happy New Year.